While I'm hopeful, I am worried about a number of things. I think we can do this because we are a fighting culture. We are a culture that responds to challenges, and that's what gives me hope as I look at all the good work that's been done already. But I think the fighter culture is also a bit of an enemy to us, especially in a world where everyone does die, ultimately. And we have sort of this phenomenon of the unwritten rule that you must do everything you can to live or you'll be perceived as weak or a failure. And we've set up our system with that in mind. Our system is a product of our culture and a product of our values. So there's often no honor in a choice not to continue treatment or a choice not to. And there's a lot of fear. I think one good example I'll say is raise your hand if you think we have a financial problem with sustainability in healthcare. All right. Now, raise your hand if you had cancer and were thinking about third or fourth line cancer treatment and thought about cost. Who would think about cost in the midst of their own treatment or on their way to the emergency room? Some. Thank you. Good. But this is what I call near and far, and I see it every day in my practice, where we know there's a problem, but in my circumstance, I do everything I can to live and that sort of thing. So I think we need to somehow bring honor back into the choices in advanced illness, which is incurable, because right now there's no honor in a choice not to do everything, okay? There's a lot of fear from doctors, so we're all afraid of dying. Our doctors are all afraid of getting sued. Okay, so I'm just flat out, we ordered lots and lots of tests because we are deathly afraid of missing something, and we're afraid that you will punish us if we do. So that needs to change somehow. You need to kind of change that dynamic as well. And then at the model perspective, I like to think about, it's a little different, but I think the analogy works, of dying compared to childbirth and pregnancy. Okay, so if we treated pregnancy like we treat dying, there would be no prenatal care. You would not paint a room or buy a crib. You'd go to the doctor about 8 months pregnant, wondering what's wrong. That doctor would have no training in childbirth and would tell you you were fine. You would come in labor. The doctor still would not know anything about delivering a child and would try to keep the baby from coming out. So we need to apply all of that knowledge that we've gained in other processes to aging and dying. It's a little bit different, but I think it's close enough